Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Joe here from Fairvilla Megastore. How you doing, Joe?
You said good.
It worked. Oh, my gosh. You just have to smash it a couple times. Hey, very good
That's
to see you.
what she said.
How you been?
So good. So excited to be here with you guys. Missing Debra wholeheartedly.
Well,
Big shouts because I'm sure she's listening.
She's
today.
full retired now, right?
Full retired.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's out of the dildo game.
Out
Out of the game.
Oh, well, you're never totally out.
I know. Just when I got out, they
Yeah.
drag me back in.
Hard game to leave.
Yeah.
So before we start, I was reading during lunch a news article about sexual wellness and how it's being looked at more seriously in across the globe as a part of a total mental health.
Well, you're kind
spectrum.
I'm not saying this. I'm not making any jokes, but you're taking care of yourself more. So it would.
How do you know that? Are you talking to Crystal?
No. I mean,
bring those products
in
last
general.
month.
I mean, in general, like you're eating better, you're exercising daily, not taking care of yourself more. That's not what I meant, but I understand what you meant.
I thought she was complaining to you about all the time in the bathroom.
I honestly did not even think of that.
You know,
We're excited to be part of your healthcare plan.
I might be blushing a little bit because I really was not. I was going in serious mode, and I very rarely do I go in serious mode.
You need a safe word for that.
We do.
It is okay because it is hard, like especially if you're.
Now you're doing it. We got the Vaudeville brothers here. Hey, I hear you've been taking care of yourself lately. I have.
But it's
been
so
really
hard.
Yeah, it's been so
come on,
hard.
Joe.
Hey.
We can't say that.
Who's on first?
But if you think about it, it's never really been put into the how to take care of yourself mentally or how to be mentally more healthy in the category of
if my father never pulled me
health.
aside and said like, hey, Dan Lee, when you're really stressed out, if you do this, you'll be less stressed.
So fun tidbit, that's actually how Fairvilla found me. I am a hormone balancing coach.
Oh, really?
And as a hormone balancing coach, it became part of holistic health care to take care of our menopausal women and their needs all through their aging. And so that's how we began the relationship. Lo and behold, it serves everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're coaching the dry ones, aren't you? Can I say that?
I
Is
mean,
that too far?
we run both sides of the fence. But
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Remember those Flint mints? They help everyone.
Yeah, Flint mints for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I found out. We do
wait.
one show, the last show you were on with Debra, Debra's final appearance. We do a review of Flint mints, and then I get nothing but emails from people I know, like Scott York.
They love it. Yeah,
Scott York, a member of a community and educator to children, is talking about, you got to get the wet mints for your mouth. Wet your mouth with the wet mint. You got to get a wet mint in there, really wet it up. And then I'm like, well, where the hell have I been?
It's a whole thing.
I rock I get the whip in the corner of my jaw, and I rock a traditional blue-collar whip mouth.
We're keeping you up on oral trends here, gentlemen.
I run a dry, I have chapped lips and whip in the corner from a working man's mouth.
Taking notes for next month. A working man's mouth.
And it's the only thing I have that's working, because if you look at my hands, they're as soft as a baby's ass. But I got a blue-collar mouth.
A blue-collar mouth.
I run this thing sun up to sun down. I'm the Brooks and Dunn of lips.
I'm
a hard-working man.
I need my tongue dry like John Wayne Saddle.
Yes, exactly. A little racist on it.
Oh, visual, yeah.
Exactly. I need
big
40
tan
pounds
saddle.
of undigested meat somewhere in my body, just taking up calories.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm
Joe.
sweating just thinking about it.
So now you have some products next to you. Let's talk about them because we're going into the 4th of July.
Yay.
It's hot outside.
Yeah, it is.
So I feel like it's perfect time to get hot with your partner.
Hey, look at this guy.
And get your mouth dry.
I'm not sure I can help with
Let's
that.
wet down these mouths. Let's wet down these mouths. Okay.
What do we got?
So first of all, a wet mouth is really important to talk about, as is dryness in our hormone balancing. So we're here to address all things. But I love that you brought up the 4th of July, because that was what we were thinking as well. And we brought products specifically to increase the fireworks in the bedroom.
I love it.
So let's begin. Easy. Beginner, right? Little Pop Rocks. Who remembers Pop Rocks?
I do remember
Okay,
Pop
Right?
Rocks.
all right. Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you ever put other things in your mouth while you had a Pop Rock?
Okay, I've heard
One
about
time,
this.
One time I put my dad's thumb in my mouth while I was eating Pop Rocks.
And that's a whole
The
nother
thing he
show.
made me do. He's like, get over here. I'm like, what? And he's like, are you eating Pop Rocks again? I'm like, yes, I am. And he's like, let me put my thumb in there.
Come on.
That's a weird story.
Why would you disrespect your father's memory like that?
I'm not disrespecting his memory. I obeyed him.
No, if he
He
heard
was
you
a
say
tyrant
that.
of a man. He had
fact.
he dealt with a heavy thumb.
No, why would he, if he knew you said that on the radio?
Oh, he'd laugh his ass off. He's like, my son called me
So
gay.
these
Did you hear? My son said my thumb was gay on the radio. And he'd be dancing in heaven. Is that what you want? Because he would be.
So
Okay,
these
so-
are for when you're not playing with your dad, is my
Okay,
thought,
all
right?
right.
So they do come in a lot of really fun flavors, but these are super fun for summer. We have
Is
tropical.
that still a thing? So the Pop Rocks
Check
thing?
it.
No, I don't want to open them up, but like, so it is
you
still
have
a
to find it.
thing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Do you
T,
remember Logic Man's story?
T, these are real. Like these
Correct.
These are real, meaning that these are the flavors, the amount of Papalicious that it has. These
Extra
are made for
Papalicious.
sex.
Yes.
Okay, what-
These are not the standard. We probably should get in trouble if we call them Pop Rocks. These are Poppin' Rocks.
No, yeah,
See what I'm saying?
I feel like I said that,
Yeah,
but
so-
my accent got in the way.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. We just saw them and started screaming the actual Pop Rocks.
You don't
candy.
need Big
Yes.
Rock coming after
Yeah,
you.
right.
With all-
And actually, the Poppin' Rocks come in several different varieties, but these are a fan favorite among our team.
We have-
This is actually Pineapple Express for all the fun
Yeah,
folks,
there's
right?
sexy strawberry.
Yes.
Does it make a
Sparkling
difference?
grape, automatic apple, mango tango,
Like-
pineapple express, and watermelon sugar.
Is it something that, because there's novelties where it's like, oh, this is funny, this is, it's kind of a stunt.
Yeah.
Like you're doing it
Sure.
for like just.
I don't like artificial watermelon or mango.
Yeah. But
Just throwing that out there.
So there will be different flavors for you.
right, so I'd probably be a strawberry
Strawberries
guy.
popping.
Yeah, I
Or-
love strawberry.
let's just say Crystal has the Poppin' Rocks, right? And
Yeah.
then
I think that's too spicy for her.
yeah,
She's a Swede. She's like she can't even get in the sun. Like
No,
that's
no,
gonna
but-
blow her panties off.
I feel like
No,
this
no,
is
not for her,
exactly
no, I'm
this,
saying for
but I
me.
feel like this is exactly for someone like her, right?
Oh,
Because
you
it's
want
a-
it on you.
It's a super fun way to be able to introduce a little novelty while still increasing the sensation and having a good time.
I feel like there'd
But
be a
would
lot
I
of like,
say-
ow, my balls,
No,
ow.
come on.
Or would you say, ooh, it's tingly, it's
Yeah.
tingly.
Yeah.
Right? There you go.
Could it be
That's-
something I've been missing all my life? And I'm like, oh my God.
Andy said you are.
All right, off topic. Have you guys ever used an Altoid?
I've heard about it.
Only for job interviews, Joe. Seriously, only for job interviews.
I'm
I pop
thinking
one in,
there's
or test because the Asians figured out, or in Asia, all their kids figured out that if you take a peppermint like 30 minutes before you take a test, like increases your test scores like 30% because it activates.
Oh, come on.
It activates different pathways in your brain
peppermint is
Yeah.
excellent for clarity of the brain.
and calming your stomach.
But not
Correct.
30%.
I don't
30%'s
know.
a lot.
I'm just saying what I read. I'm not staking my life on it.
Yeah.
It was a 0.3.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
missed a decibel.
The
Yeah, I
only
could've.
thing that works on tests is Adderall. Everybody knows that. And I got that.
I hate to admit the accuracy,
Yeah.
but that's exactly the idea, is creating the opportunity to create some sparks in the bedroom. So here's another kind of beginner's buzz, if you will, and this is an arousal gel. I could say that right.
Arousal
Okay,
gel.
right.
You can say arousal gel.
Specifically
I
designed
can't
for
say it.
feminine pleasure, although we do have these for men as well, but this is on, and it is an arousal gel for her, and 1 to 2 drops of these things create massive reaction.
Okay.
What? Massive reaction? What does that mean?
Massive reaction.
Weapons
and
of massive reaction.
Oh,
I've
love
seen
it.
that video.
I've seen that video.
But it begins with a buzz.
What
so
does that
you
mean?
start with literally y'all can try this if you want to. You put a little bit. Well, I don't have this open, but
Put this on
you
my
put-
penis, Tom.
You can put a little
Okay.
bit in the side of your mouth, and it literally creates a buzzing sensation.
On the side of your
imagine
his lips are going crazy. Please help stop them.
Imagine on a woman's bits.
They're gonna
we
give
have
some
a
of this
small
to Biden
buzz
tonight so we can talk.
Right? Let her walk around with a small buzz 20 minutes before playtime and see if there aren't some explosions that occur.
Explosions! Kablooey!
It's fireworks!
Oh,
it's
God.
fireworks!
All right.
My wife, I put this on my wife and it blew her legs
Come
off.
on. Jack was just telling me not to get him fired. We're doing it. He says, please don't get me fired. He texted me that this morning.
I did. I tried to go tame on these.
All right, so that one.
All right, so there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What else you
now
got?
Sparks
Sparks in the bedroom.
So this is something for the backside.
Oh, it's a light up bee plug.
It's exactly what that is.
Okay, I will admit I've seen this on the movies.
I like this.
This
is
so
awesome.
fun, right? You have your own at-home
It's got a
pointer.
great
Show
name.
that.
It's got a great name. Booty Sparks.
Okay, all right. So this is more of a novelty.
Can you see me? Oh, hold on.
yeah.
This is a new
Is
character.
it? It's hard to see in the
Hold on,
dark.
it's a new character I'm inventing.
Oh, yeah. Let me see them booties. Oh.
What is that? That's not even nothing. Don't say that.
That's Booty Sparks, man.
Now,
He only comes out once a year.
um,
Booty Sparks. This is amazing.
yeah.
Rechargeable. It's got a remote control, USB, 4 different colors, 5 different colors. You got.
Imagine if you had several of them in the same room.
You got. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, green means go. Red means stop.
Can you have several of them?
yeah.
I mean, in some of the places we go to,
all right.
you can. Sure.
Booty Sparks.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that.
All right, so moving into a more traditional realm before we get uber freaky on Tom here.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
A couple things. Of course, we have candles, right? Candles are fabulous. They create a beautiful spark. They create great color. You can create designs and funness. But we want to make sure everyone recognizes that regular at-home candles are not safe for the body. So we do have the Make Me Melt sets available in several different colors, which are very fun to play with.
A lot of people
Okay.
don't know that you're not typically supposed to just go get one of your Yankee candles and
Yeah.
start whacking it around your body.
Uh,
You're not supposed to do that.
They have
You're
a
like,
higher...
yeah, the peach one.
Correct. A higher burn point. And literally will burn the skin. So these are super comfortable and really fun to play with and clean up a whole lot
Cool
easier.
cotton.
Right?
That's like, I love a cool cotton. Are you a cool cotton?
Sticking
You like
with-
cool cotton?
Who doesn't like
God,
cool
I just
cotton?
love
And we're
cool
in
cotton.
summer.
Yeah.
You know-
Anything that
Need
smells like
it.
fresh laundry, I'm in.
You know,
Love it.
it also
I have a thing for laundry.
I love it.
the melting the wax is very 90s.
I've always wanted to be into that.
And
I always thought I'd be one of those
Yes,
guys. where
like-
I always thought, no BS, I always thought that Andrea, we'd have a child and she'd be in her room, and then once she goes to bed, I'd go in there and I'd start strapping on my leathers, and I'd get out my candles, and she'd be tied to some crucifix, and I'd be,
melting
melting.
the
And
wax.
she'd
Not
whoa,
real?
Whoa, yeah.
You know, that's how the world sees you.
No, I don't do any of that.
Although it is a messy fetish to have, like you're melting wax,
Yeah.
and it's like, and they're like, oh, it's in the carpet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you gotta have.
Hashtag sports sheets.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta also. I feel like you gotta have tile, and you gotta have a bunch of paint scrapers.
yeah.
I'll get the cleaning lady.
Again,
or Javier
easy
up there. Can you
peel.
scrape the wax
Easy
off?
peel.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is why you go with the designed wax for this
For
purpose,
safety
yeah.
and cleanup.
Yeah,
Both of those reasons make it really important.
You can always see the stuff that gets his imagination.
Speaking of
Yeah.
seeing stuff,
got it with
let's
the
move on
candles.
to something else.
You
I
got
don't
it with
know
the
this.
candles.
Can we do this? Can
Yeah,
we do
you're
this?
all right with
okay,
that. I
Okay,
think you're okay with that.
All right, so the fun part about this is again, pleasure for her because we talked a lot about him last month. But
God,
the
that
fun
looks like one of those choking things that you put on a baby. You've seen these things?
Oh, to get the
Yeah, they got them at
So-
Olive Garden. If your baby's choking, you don't have to do anything anymore. You just grab this thing off the wall and you stick it on your baby's mouth and you press the button and it sucks the mac and cheese out of its face.
I've
so
seen
many
that.
weird turns you're taking today. So many.
Yeah, it's what I do, Joe. It's the only thing I can do. I tell him all the time. I'm like, I can't stop doing this.
Joe, it's all weird. It's everything. I'm just trying to ask him a normal question.
I'm so
And it's
here
It
for
has
it.
to be a joke. It has to be absurdity. There's nothing can be serious.
Nothing can be serious.
I mean, his
So that's
family
all right.
is passed away family. Their memories. He destroys their memories.
Tone tucking and pop rocks,
Yeah,
right?
Everything.
Well, whether you're choking babies or extreme female pleasure, the fun
Okay.
part about this toy is that not only does it mimic some of the other things that folks can do, but it allows for visibility so that you can enjoy the process visually as well as the stimulation that's occurring. Many toys, the other partner can't see what's happening. This gives you some visual appeal so that you can actually see what's
glass bottom boat on
what's
this.
going down on the down, right?
This is like
I need to see what's going on.
Check that out.
Now, when
I'm
you
like, oh my god.
honestly, when you look at this, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a visual
You're
guy.
thinking baby choker.
No, but I like to see. I like to see the stuff.
Okay, see, right?
We're gonna get kicked off YouTube. Mr. Tube is gonna be yelling at us.
He can't.
All right, so before we made it weird, so sparks of romance. These are really fun ways. 50 ways to deepen your connection with just a single spark. So they're matches, and you can grab these and kind of play it. You literally read them and then light them and then do the thing. So it's a fun game. Again, fireworks in the bedroom, but if you want real sparks. You guys ever seen one of these?
What is that?
Oh.
Hold on.
So this is from the third floor.
Neon wand.
Neon wand, right? So this is actually a beautiful gateway into the world of kink. But it's really fun to play with because
you gotta be careful around our cameras.
It creates stimulation. That's okay.
Yeah.
It creates stimulation and lights. So it's very fun. It comes
Hold
with
on,
a great.
You just held up what looks like a glass comb.
Yeah, it's like what Superman would.
Comes with, look at this. It comes with mini. Mini.
Oh, okay.
Right? Isn't this fascinating?
So is this like? Oh my God! You know what this is? This is that ball from Spencer's that every little boy wanted. Except this is for ding dong.
Come on.
Or herness, right? So absolutely, it's a taser for the bedroom. It's a good time.
It's a butt taser.
No, come on.
It's not just look.
There's a lot. There.
See the electricity.
Oh,
it's the thing from
electricity
Spencer's.
comes out of there.
Correct.
It's the ball from Spencer's, except you sit on it.
Well, you don't really sit on it, right?
Okay.
And
So
it's
it
a great.
electrocutes you?
It creates a
You can't say
sensation.
that. You
right?
can't say that. It's like going to a fireworks tent and saying you're not scaring the bird.
Right.
You can't say that. It's like
Don't do
going
that
into the
anymore.
head shop and saying like, I'm here for the weed pipe.
Yeah,
you can't say that.
Yeah,
This
you
is
don't
not
do that.
electroshock.
It's stimulation.
Stimulation, create electric stimulation.
It
and
tantalizes.
It does, and it's visual. So the sparks in the bedroom.
Oh my God,
So
sparks from that coming
literally-
straight down to the.
But here's the fun part. Let me make this clear. It is actually very safe when, again, purchased in our location.
Sure, yeah.
Played with consideration in adults, comes with great instruction, and is a beautiful gateway to experience sensation play without getting all that weird stuff that Dan likes to do.
That's true.
So, right? And if you wanted a beginner side of
messy.
that, you get a TENS unit.
Okay.
So an
Butler
opportunity for
used
you
to
to be
have
able
those.
to, right? See? So you
Yeah.
put it in the fun places, press the little button, and see what happens.
I'm virtually certain that while Butler is working here, he was sitting on a TENS unit at all times. I'm going to text him and ask him, were you sitting on a TENS unit?
He was electrocuted.
Yeah, he used to electrocute himself.
And it's not exactly. We go back.
I'm gonna
It's
text
not.
him.
It's not a TENS because that's branded. So let's be careful, right?
Okay.
But it is electroshock pads that stimulate on a very low and safe level, but allow you to play with some different sensations in the bedroom.
You know, if stomping it doesn't work, you gotta, you shock them good.
Yeah. Now this is something that's a little more adventurous.
It is.
It's also clean. It's not messy, right?
It is.
Yeah,
Because you're using the electricity. It's like you don't have to worry about the gels and the smells and the lotions and all that. You shock it good.
Yeah.
Zap!
Now, see,
Or you dance on their skin with the light. It's all in how you do it.
Yeah.
See,
I'm guessing that one's probably not for the tub.
I would not use that in the tub.
No,
With
no.
electricity.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm glad we brought that to the
They'll
surface.
get there. They'll
Although
get there.
the candles, the wax, would be beautiful for some tub play.
Okay,
Oh,
okay, let's talk about this, Daniel. I want to have a man-to-man with
Okay,
you.
are you going to act like Joe's not here?
Yeah, no,
Is that what you want me to block her out?
I just because Joe's explaining all these things,
Yeah.
but I imagine it like if I purchased the neon wand, right?
You
And
want it
it's-
so bad, don't you?
And then I have.
Can you imagine you riding shirtless on your one wheel, holding that neon wand, just riding down your street, shocking,
wizard.
and all the wives of the neighborhood are looking out there. They're like, "That's a real man riding down your street, just shocking the sky."
So I don't
I'm
know. if
dying for comments.
Crystal will be like for
It's-
instance, if you asked Andrea,
She would try it. She's a
she-
gamer,
oh,
dude.
she-
You know
okay,
she's a gamer.
She would be like, all right,
No, she wouldn't be
I'll
like, all
try
right,
the,
but she'd be
I'll
like-
try the wand.
She'd be like, "I'll lay there for one wand,"
You just see, if
Yeah.
you know, and then see, I can't.
and she's like, "And you'll never go over levels 5. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, how about 6? She's like, I swear to God, I'll divorce you.
So she'll let you with the wand, just try it.
Yeah,
See,
like
I don't know if
like
Crystal.
I got to do the womanizer, which is, you know, like that's a device that normally my wife, and this is how I learned, and she was like, yeah, let's try it. And we tried it, and she's like, ooh la la. You
nice.
See,
which is what that is. It's a great beginner's tool to play with sensitivity.
There you go.
See, I don't want to turn this into a gripes here, but there's a lot.
It's not gripes. It's observation.
In my observation, I'll make an observation.
Okay,
in my life, there's a lot of waiting around till the right time, right?
Right.
So I don't know if anybody else out there is like this, but there's a lot of like, oh no, it's just before, or during, or just after.
Why wait when you can strike like lightning?
Or I don't. It's the week before. I don't feel like it. It's too much after, and then when the right time comes,
call your wife. Call your wife and put your foot down and say, I'm bringing home a lightning rod, and you're going to sit on it. This is what we're doing.
I'm just saying, when the right time comes, then I'm so excited.
Oh, my God, ride the lightning.
That I just go
I can't stop. I'm writing all these down.
I just go for traditional, just
to get it in.
Yeah. Well, it's called...
Make it happen.
Oh, I don't even get traditional now. Now I just get, like, we're both laying there, and if they happen to line up, that's what we get.
There's a saying, get while the getting's good. That's I follow my life like that. Or I follow my getting.
So how's the getting right now?
Well, no,
is it bad?
Well,
is it getting bad?
Well, it's just I have to wait until it's get while it's good. And it's only a small time.
Well, where are we at on the window now?
Nah, I forgot.
Do you plan for the getting?
Well, no, you can't plan because I have to put too much pressure. And she's like, you're too much pressuring me. And then as I just gotta wait.
Are you standing behind her every step of her
I'm not romantic. I just stand there. And then I'm like, is it now?
It is kind of like waiting.
I'm sitting there awake, and I'm like, is it now?
Please.
And she's like, you're pushing me. Close the door. And I notice she closes the bathroom door. She locks it loud.
Oh, you know what you are? You're the kid that wants to go to Rose's to spend his $7 to buy a G.I. Joe. Because I was this kid. And you won't shut up to your mom about it. And you just...
Well, I'm just waiting in the car.
But you'll wait there all day.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything. I'm just waiting in the car. She's like, you're pushing me. Waiting in the car. I'll get to it while when I want.
What she really wants is for you to forget about it.
Yeah. She wants me not to keep pressuring.
Right.
And
you
keep
have
asking.
to forget about it.
She's like,
it's an illusion.
She's like, you have to make me feel loved. So I want.
It's impossible. I think it's an impossible task.
When was the last time you bought her a piece of lingerie?
Yeah, there's lots of things like that.
See,
Joe.
my wife
Flowers.
won't wear that. My wife wears an old brown T-shirt. I'm like, come on, man.
I have to remind. She buys these flowers at Aldi. Because she says they're $5.
All of the ladies go crazy on the Aldi flowers.
Yeah. And then she puts them on the piano we never use.
Like a dead person.
And then every time I see him, like, because she tells me, she's like,
wait, she's bringing flowers for herself to remind you that you forget to bring flowers?
Yes, yeah.
That is so
and then she's like, maybe if you bought me some new flowers, this wouldn't happen. And then
I wouldn't have to buy my own flowers for the...
So then I'm like, oh, they're about to die. Like, I should remind myself to buy these Aldi flowers. But then, things get in my way.
Well, they don't really
business,
matter.
Joe. I have to run a business here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on
there's
here.
clients to talk to that I'm looking at fantasy football. That's ramping up.
Yeah,
Can I just tell you can actually call your local Fairvilla store and let them know that you need to drive by and pick up something other than flowers, and a personal concierge will have it picked up for you, sitting at the register.
What kind of lingerie would you get your wife? What would you do?
Just saying.
What are you going to get?
I like it when...
I like when everything's out. I like everything with holes.
Where it's like, you might as well not even be wearing it.
I like it where you're wearing a three-piece suit, but everything I want to get at is hanging straight out.
Yeah.
Well, our new summer
got pant legs on.
Yeah. I like fedora. I like a Michael Jackson. What was that? Annie, are you okay?
Yeah.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay?
Smooth criminal.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Joe. I want a smooth criminal outfit.
I'm full. I'm fine with full baghead. I don't even care. I'm joking. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, you have nothing to apologize for. All of this is real. Here's the good news.
Okay.
This is a great segue into people who want to be sexy and plan a little something. So our summer party is coming up on July 25th. You know, you can go to the website for all the fun stuff. But we're celebrating the flavors of Florida. And here are some great little panty sets that actually come with matching flavored lube. We have them in a traditional hipster. We have the cheeky one and my favorite, crotchless with peaches.
That's what we're talking about. Crotchless with peaches.
So you throw this in her lunchbox with a little love note, and maybe it's titillizing enough to set you on fire.
My wife has never worn crotchless panties. I know that.
It was my first
Has
pair.
your wife ever worn crotchless
Well, I'm
panties?
not going to talk about my business.
But just-
Now he says.
I don't talk about those things.
You.
Yeah.
A man never kisses and tells. I'll be watching the debate tonight.
Yeah, I'll talk about politics
Yeah.
only.
What would you like to talk
My
about?
wife.
Talk about funding to Ukraine.
There's multiple Fairvilla locations. You can go to fairvilla.com. Follow them on social because Fairvilla's always doing parties, and the Fairvilla parties
Constant
are awesome.
education, parties, get-togethers, swing-throughs,
All that.
releasing new products.
Yeah.
They always have something going on. I'm sure there's festivals going on because
That's the season.
I don't think festivals are stopping.
And
there's
4th
even-
of July parties all over the place this weekend.
And if you're looking for creative and fun things that you know, and I know you can't get anywhere else, you owe it to yourself to go to the Megastore and check it out because they have some really, truly unique stuff. That's not just sexual wellness. A lot of it is stuff that you will not find anywhere else.
Pleasure, fun, and fantasy.
Yep.
There you go.
In Orlando, I drive over on the coast, Cape Canaveral, in Apopka, in Sanford, in Key West,
East Palaco.
in Kissimmee's Secret Hideaway.
Yep.
So lots of locations,
There you go.
fairvilla.com. Thanks, Joe. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We will be right back.
Awesome. Still on Twitch and YouTube. Are we
Perfect.
done? Is that?
Yeah, well, we're going to record one
Okay,
more
I
after.
thought we were doing one more. Okay, great.
That was
Thank
awesome.
You, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
You guys
That was
are
really
too
funny.
funny.
That was funny. Let me save that.
Hey, so just FYI though, if you ever have like something like a specific theme or topic that you're interested in, feel free to throw it at me. Like some of that stuff you guys were talking about, like how do we how do we take
Deborah's in there and she says hi.
Yay!
She got to check you out. Oh, you knew she'd be lurking in the shadows.
Me and Daniel's brains
Thank
are
you.
weird in the fact that a lot of these things we can't think of.
No, I won't think about it until you pull it out of the bag.
That's what. There you go.
He knows how I work.
If we would have thought, like, what should we talk about? Can't think of nothing.
We've ruined
until-
it.
Our
Well,
brains
feel
are
free to
ruined.
coach me to perfection, gentlemen.
No,
You
you're
guys are a
doing great.
blast.
Yeah,
Don't even sweat it.
I appreciate.
As long
you
as you're
so
having a
much.
good time.
Super fun.
Oh, you matched your ring too. That was nice.
Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Of
I'll-
course.
See
Thanks,
you
Joe.
soon. That was Monday, correct?
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
Monday 3.
Monday 3.
And then we'll
Is
do.
that the what is that?
Oh yeah, it is. Yes, it's the first.
That's my father's birthday. Woo!
Oh shit. Yeah, July 1st.
The irony of me saying I sucked his thumb on his birthday. He'll laugh at that. He would laugh his fucking balls off. I'm gay. He would totally laugh at that. 100% he'd laugh at that. He'd probably do some bit where he'd want to take it too far, where he'd want to drive down from DeLand here, and then me put the pop rocks in my mouth, and then suck his thumb for real. Ha ha! I'm really doing it. Take it too far, something that I'm like, Dad, we don't have to. We don't have to do that, man. Hold on, I saved it wrong, and I don't want to mess this up.
No, I'm good, dude. We got time. Because we just have to record one more segment for Monday, and then we're going to get to planning July.
Come on, man. There it is. 3, 7, 1, 24, 24 pins. Do you want me to? Do you think that needed any edits? There was the one I wrote down, the 9, the penis part. So I'll just.
And then I think you said put it in your butt, maybe. Although
I got it.
a lot of some of the things
It was 9 and 12, so. Boo doop boo doop boo boo. When do we leave for the cruise? I don't know. I blank it out. I knew in a couple of months.
September. It's a Thursday. We leave.
Thanks,
it's
SJ.
after Labor Day.
Thanks, Charles. Appreciate you guys. I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah, Joe's nice. She's super fun. September 12th. 74 days. There you go.
It's the opening NFL weekend. So I've been talking to some BDMs about where we're going to watch the games.
That's going to be fun, dude.
And there's a sports bar on the ship. So We may put that in the lanyard, like just as a asterisk of, hey, we'll be watching the games. Maybe there. I know there's
What do you want to talk about here?
The Bills play in Miami, I believe. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that is the first game, and
for week 1.
And we have a listener who's. I already told him I'd wear a Bills hat.
Yeah, he's a Bills.
Yeah, I'm going
Bills fan
to go against the Dolphins. What do you want to talk about here? I can do. There was emails.
but there was some
Oh,
other.
you want to do the Swan?
We could talk about the Swan, but there was another thing we just talked about that we were like, oh, we could talk about that segment too. I should have wrote down. I need to write these things down when you yell them out.
Let me check my phone because I had a bunch of stuff I wrote down in there. We did the soccer girl attack. There's a new email scam I can play you that I found.
Okay.
That let me get the email real quick. It's and this one, I think this is the one that I hadn't seen this before, but this is one where I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna get all of the old people. Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I can bring us back. Where's this go?
Monday 4.
Monday 4. I'll bring us back. 3, 2. Welcome back to a corporate time.
So what's the new email scam?
Well, I know you're a big fan of scams, and well, we
sounds bad.
No, I did. That does sound bad. Let me reframe it. You're a big. We both are sort of obsessed with like what is the scam. And people will present scams to us and be like, what is that? Or how do they make their money? Or how do they get these people? This one is the first time I've ever seen this. It's such a simple thing that whoever thought of this, it's just such a simple add-on to the traditional email scam that it makes it damn near perfect. And I have a feeling that a lot of elderly people are definitely falling for this. Okay. So I got an email. It says, important update to our valuable customers. Don't miss out. Automatically, I know it's a scam. I know it is, right? I know it is. And you can look and you can see that it's going out to just hundreds of emails to different people. It says, hello, this is a confirmation message that your subscription renewal for Norton LifeLock antivirus for 3 years has been successfully completed. Your payment of $299.99 has been processed. Subscription details, and it lists all these like different details. Then at the bottom, there's a tiny little play button, and they attached an MP3. That's where they got me. Check this out. This is what they're adding now.
Okay.
Hello. This is a confirmation message that your subscription renewal for Norton LifeLock antivirus for 3 years has been successfully completed. Your payment of $299.99 has been processed.
So this is so good. It's
such you're like, no, I don't want that.
It's such a simple thing to add on. And then as soon as Grandma sees, or Grandma hears this, just the audio of the fake person saying that is enough to make them think. And then they start throwing their credit card numbers to these people because, oh, we can give you, oh, sure, we'll be able to change that for you or whatever. You're like, right?
So what are they trying to get? Because this seems like they're scaring
them.
people. They're like, oh, I didn't want this. And then you contact them. And then
you want to call the number?
You give them all your information to see if they cancel the charge.
Yeah. It says if you need to cancel or request a refund, at the very end it says, call us at, and then it gives us a number.
Oh, yeah, call. Yeah.
Here, I'll just call her right here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We'll do the old call the scammer deal. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, do you want to use the...
it's probably better that way. Yeah, let me try it this way. All right, let's see if we can get this to work here. But yeah, it appears that they want you to call and then give them your information. And
so they could try to cancel, or so they claim that they could cancel this charge.
Okay, it's ringing. It's trying to connect.
I wonder if it's a standard Indian call center.
You would think so, but... Yeah, see, and they may have already gotten it. But I just thought it was weird. That's the first time I've ever gotten an email where the email had like a little attachment And then I was like, oh, this is good. That's clever. That's like really, really clever.
Well, the AI voice stuff is getting really good. So, of course, the scammers are using it. I mean, it's free to basically to use or very inexpensive. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're going to use more and more of this.
Yeah, emails are meaningless. They're nothing.
And they probably use more and more of this to get the emails and the scams more specific to the person. Like, it'll start using the information that's out there for free, like a person's full name, address, email, and stuff like that, and then sending it to each person uniquely. You know what I'm saying? And then have a computer do it, where a computer can do thousands a day, never nonstop, you know, and then all it's doing is emailing the same scam, but putting specifics in that we're not used to.
You saw they charged, and I don't know the particulars, nor do I care, because it dips its toe into politics a little too much for me. But there was a guy that I guess had emulated. He's a right-wing, I guess just, like a lobbyist or somebody who had used President Biden's voice in a fake AI call that went out to tons of people. And then they were like, whoa, 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 you can't do that. And he was like, no, it was an example of the dangers of AI.
Okay.
But I'm still, it's like, yeah, they're going to have to do something. You can't have Donald Trump or Biden calling your house and telling lies, and it's not them. It's going to be a mess. It's just going to be a giant mess.
I'm telling you, it's moving towards you just can't believe anything anymore, what you hear or what you see, right? And that's where we're going. Did you see that Justin Timberlake AI where they just took his mugshot and they
he's drinking the beer.
Animated it?
I would have thought that
damn
was real.
good.
Yeah, I would have thought that was real. There were plenty of people, though, that like to think that they can look past it, because I feel like it's a badge of honor if you feel like you're above the AI. And there are plenty of people on that thread that were like, look at the hands. I can tell by the hands. I couldn't. And I look at this stuff every day.
Yeah, it's throwaway nonsense, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't.
No, but they're acting as if the way that they look at things normally is as detailed as the way that they were analyzing that fake AI Justin Timberlake. And my point is, when you really look at things, you're doing micro calculations. You're not eagle-eyeing it. You're not. You don't have the capacity to do that. So don't sit there and tell me that you can tell because the hand was a different way. You're not even thinking about the hand. You're lying. Because it intimidates you and it scares you.
But you also know, because you know it's a mugshot and you know it's not him drinking beer. But if you didn't know, and this was other random celebrity, you wouldn't think twice to scroll past it.
Yeah.
And then that reality is in your brain for you to use later, right? You didn't even realize it was fake or care. And then now down the line, like, that memory is stuck in your brain. So it's like we're moving towards a world where everything you see on the internet, you'll have to question its reality. And it'll all just become a nothing, kind of like Neil deGrasse Tyson said. It was like,
I agree
where
with
it's
that.
like you're just looking at everything you see,
Also,
and you're like, I have no idea what's real or not, and there's no way to tell.
Also, like, both of us are always trying to put percentages on things. I would put the percentage of it being fake. If you can figure out if the intent is to get eyes on it, then chances are.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's like prank videos now on the internet.
They're all fake.
Yeah, because that's the easiest way. Like, to do
fact,
a legitimate prank is too much work.
It's too hard. Yeah. In fact, it fails sometimes. I think most pranks, I would go as high as, say, 70% of the pranks you see on the internet are fake. They're not real.
Yeah. Because it's way easier. I mean, it goes along the same lines as, like, I remember when I was in radio and all these man-on-the-street things and these ridiculous things that
War of the
used
Roses.
Well, no, not even that.
All those things are fake.
I'm talking about, like, me, one time I claimed to be fighting a homeless man on the street. And remember when the intern Whopper Jr., our buddy Justin, when he was an intern, and then he and Tuttle were fighting a robot that was in some sort of warehouse. I remember listening to that and be like, oh my God, the theater of the mind, right?
Yeah.
And I remember finding out it was fake and devastated me. I was like, no! And and
I felt the same way about certain things.
But then,
I get it.
So you could do all those things a lot easier if you fake them all. Like, how you can't do them real. Like, it would just... maybe one out of every 10 years something happens where it's like so incredible that you're catching it live on the radio. But for the rest, if you want to do this stuff week after week, you have to fake it.
I think that's even why, like, people like Ashton Kutcher and people that did prank shows even said they stopped doing them as they're too difficult.
Yeah.
They're way too difficult
the
to
production,
pull off. Scare tactics, all of that stuff was just like, Torturous.
Yeah. And you'd waste a lot of time because sometimes they'd find it out or wouldn't have the result or the people weren't acting. So then it's like it became easier to just like, maybe we'll hire some actors and we'll do, and maybe we'll recut the finish of this to make it look more for a TV show, right?
Sure.
And then it's just like, fake everything.
Yeah.
Because who cares? Like if the intent is to have a show that people watch, if the intent is to have the most views, then it doesn't matter because even the fake pranks get millions of views.
Yeah, and if we were smart,
and so it's like, who cares?
If we were smart, and I'm sure there were people that were in Hollywood and people that really truly study entertainment, or quite possibly like if you're an entertainment, you're really into like the trends and how things go, you would have realized that looking at reality TV back in the day with the start of shows like Real World, and then fast forwarding 15 to 20 years and seeing that they are all fake now, should show you that social media is going to start out authentic and it's going to become fake. Yeah. That's just what happens.
It makes total sense because the more extreme the video, the more clicks it gets.
Correct.
And same thing with reality TV. Like the fights, people are only interested in the fights.
Yeah.
So they were like, the producers like, well, we got to get more fights until now it's fake,
Yeah.
So that, and then I guess either it'll be replaced by something else, or in society we'll have videos on the internet and it'll all be worthless to us because we realize it's impossible to know if it's fake or not.
Yeah.
And 90% is going to be fake. So it's going to like, all right, only reality matters.
Well, it should rise to the top.
So, I don't know.
Well, it should rise to the top. The reality should rise up because people will identify it and call it out, and then the other stuff should stay lower, you would think.
We're low intelligence.
Okay.
We're all dumb. Dumb and lazy. So I don't think our human brains are going to progress as fast as. So I think there's some things that, because still like there are some TV shows and stuff that are absurd that are still maintain popularity. They prey towards like people that don't want to think or just
like escapism
nonsense.
Or,
Anyway.
Let's jump into a couple of voicemails. Let's try this one right here. I believe this is our good friend, Canadian Josh.
Hello, Tom and Dan. It's Canadian Josh. Vulgar, crazy text messaging. We all do it. I have friends. We just send the craziest images, memes. We say the most god-awful, crazy, vulgar things you can imagine. I'm sure you guys do it. Can you imagine, especially you guys as public figures, if some of your text messages, Butler excluded, if some of your text messages actually got out and you had to read them in a public forum? And not only that, how about in a federal courtroom?
He's going to be talking about that story where those cops were like saying some pretty inappropriate things about this lady.
Oh, and some sort of
text? That's what happened to Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor. High-profile murder trial. He had to read some of his messages, and the messages were about the person being accused of murder. On a stand in federal court in front of a judge, State Trooper said, "She's got a leaky balloon knot, and it leaks poo." I'll hang up and listen. Love you guys.
Yeah, I think he also called her a flat ass. I think he said she got an ass like a frog and a leaky balloon knot. I would have no problem with doing that. Look, if I said it, I said it. And it doesn't have to mean anything.
Yeah, the intention is to make your buddy laugh.
Yeah, my intent is not to villainize that woman's horribly deformed whatever.
Yeah, and that's
it's to say something. I do it to you all the time. It's literally to get you. It's literally just to get you to smile.
Yeah,
it's just to get you to smile.
And you're saying stuff that you normally would never say in front of anybody to your friend to make him laugh because it's absurd. And so the intent should be taken, and I'm sure it is with the jury, because everybody in that jury is probably sent inappropriate text messages to their friends.
It goes back to what I was talking about. There are a group of people that like to pretend like they're not like us normal people, and they like to pretend like they don't do those things. Like the people that claim to not masturbate or claim not to look at porn or claim not to, I don't do that. Oh, I would never do that. But they're lying. They're liars.
So do you think... Okay, let's say Andrea. Okay, because
she sends vile text messages, dude.
As jokes, right?
It would roast your eyebrows off.
Yeah. So so it doesn't matter. Everybody does it, right?
I think if everybody does it. Yes, everybody does do it to varying degrees. You're not going to catch my mom doing it like that. My dad. There are certain my aunt. If a person
because they never communicated like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
They don't communicate like that normally, so they're never going to communicate like that.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of like we live in a world where if you say things, you got to be held accountable. But it's kind of ridiculous because those things that you're saying could be said for the purpose of comedy only. Even if you're not a comedian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, or absurdity or whatever,
Yeah.
or,
for levity or just to,
But when on paper or whatever, you're reading them in court, and then you have to stand and you be like, yes, I did say that, but it has to, the context
Are
of
you
it,
allowed to say, I did say that, but it was to make them laugh?
I don't think they don't
want you to do that.
Yeah, because it's all about the facts. And
Can I say it if they're like, sir, would you read what's on the paper? And I was like, she had a leaky balloon on. Can I say it in a funny voice?
I will tell
Sir,
you,
please straighten up.
that I will save really inappropriate jokes just for talking only.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it's better, smarter.
I won't
It's
text them.
smarter.
Like
It's
even
smarter.
to you.
Yeah, I know.
Just because I do think
That I'm screenshotting all of your stuff and I want to release it to ruin you.
Phones can be hacked.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I leave my phone around, something, and then and all of a sudden you got this transcript. Although,
Oh, I say anything. And I text message D-pics to myself.
although you could fake transcripts so easily, and now
People do it
everything,
all the time.
I'll just be like nothing's real. Like I guess in court. And if the
They have
cops
records.
subpoenaed your phone and and then they're like, this is from this person's phone, 100%. You can't claim it's fake. But in the court of public opinion, you could deny everything now. Your voice,
people do.
Your own image of video, like everything. You're just like, this is not real.
I still believe that Juliette Lewis is doing that with that picture with that famous photographer. There's a picture of her and a very famous entertainment and rock and roll photographer taking a nude photo, and they're both having sex. And I swear to God, it's real. And she keeps saying it's not real, and other full-blown publications are like, this is absolutely real, and she's like, not real. So nothing can be done. It's a stalemate.
Yeah.
In a weird way, you're right.
But the reading and your text in court, it has to be the worst, because you can't look at the jury and be like, I was just effing around.
I'm a good guy. Come on, I'm a good guy.
Yeah. So especially when you're a cop, and cops should know better. That's all they do.
But I expect cops to text like that.
Well, of course, yeah.
Like I don't expect. Like if you had said, was that a cop? I would be like, oh yeah, absolutely, that was a cop.
Okay, let's talk about this, because I'm sure police officers, firefighters, I have some buddies that are firefighters. They see some horrible things.
Yeah, terrible.
And to cope with it, they have to make jokes about it. Daniel does this. I do it. I'm
real bad about it.
Like we have to bring levity to horrible situations because it's our coping mechanism. And I think for everybody who works in this line of business that sees horrible things all the time, they have to cope with it by laughing at it.
Yeah,
and
podcasters are the modern day philosophers.
And so for us normal people, they will see like a firefighter or a cop laughing with their friends about something horrible, that we'd be like, oh my God, you're monsters.
And you'd be like, how can you laugh at this?
Yeah.
How could you do that?
I don't do their job every day. I don't live their lives. Like,
No,
of
it's
course,
hard.
like you have to.
Cops and firefighters have hard jobs.
To be able to cope with it and get through the day.
Yeah.
They have to deal with it in a certain way. Them laughing at it has no bearing on whether or not they're professional or do their job. Like, it may be unprofessional, but that's between two people. They're friends or whatever. Like, it's not for us to look at.
Chat room is saying that even like cops and firefighters would not be the worst. That they're saying, chat room is saying, paramedics and ER would be your top tier talkers, because they do see. They're also dealing with a lot of things where your day job on a Tuesday could be where the vast majority of the people you visited and helped didn't make it. So you were working hard, but your track record for that day was pretty sad. If I did that, in order to have a high level of compassion, I'm going to have to make some jokes. Yeah. I'm going to have to.
But like, are they good at their job? Yes. Okay, good. Who cares? I don't care what jokes they make.
Make as many as you want.
It has nothing to do with anything. But it's hard to separate that, because then you look at it, you're like, how could, like, but look at what they have to do. You know, like they're
you know what I was
extremely
thinking
hard
about when
job.
we talk about this? The time you and I met the pediatric heart surgeon at Humorous.
Oh, well, he's just an autistic genius.
No, but when we met that guy, just how like stone cold and how like he literally has to work on baby hearts. That's insane.
Yeah, well, those are like those saturation divers and stuff like where you're just
you're an alien.
Your brain works differently than regular people. You're so smart and
stone cold.
You're as close to a robot as we can get.
Yeah, there's a level of confidence you have.
And then so of course you can't relate to that. It's just like leave these people alone. You know, unless they're doing anything bad.
Yeah,
who cares about their jokes?
Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Tom and Dan. Yeah, you hear that ambient sound? It's my dryer. It's running. It's got 12 minutes left, so we're going to have to endure that through this phone call. So I turned on the TV, and the Adult Swim was on, and I have TV like Daniel. And it was some show with some female comedian, and in this show for like 20 minutes, she would eat cookies with other random people off the street. And at the end of the program, she offers the people her phone number to become friends or $50 to walk away. And I just thought how Tom Van would definitely not take the $50 because he was too awkward. I don't know. It was a very awkward show, and this is a very awkward call. And now my dryer's at 11 minutes, so thank you, and have a good evening.
You too, sir.
Well,
I don't know that show. Do you know that show?
I have no idea. There's 10 billion shows, so it's like shows mean nothing anymore. You know, like you have a show, doesn't matter. Everybody's got a show.
I know a lot of people that have shows.
Yeah. It's nothing special
anymore.
anymore.
Most of the people I know, you have a show, I have a show. Brendan O'Connor has.
Yeah, everybody's got a show.
Brendan O'Connor's got 2 shows.
Yeah.
Bus Decker's got a show.
Oh yeah.
Sam's got a show.
Yeah, everybody's got a
yeah. Ross has got a show.
Yeah.
Ross has got 2 shows because I'll count his comedy show.
Yeah. It's all
too many shows.
But this gentleman is right. I would just awkwardly take the phone number, even though I wanted the $50, 100% way more.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this person's friend. I've not. But if they asked me that, I'd be like, okay.
You tried.
Maybe I would take the money. As I get older, I'm caring a little less.
But you did. You. I was proud of you over the when we did our beer release at the fine folks at Hourglass.
Yeah.
We had legacy listener Super Mario Ken was out there, and I noticed that you pulled one of the old, you called me over. As soon as I got over there, you ditched me with him, and that guy, he chirped me good. He chirped me sideways for a solid 40 minutes. And you still got it, buddy. You still got it. You did the old pump and dump on me, and I'm like, oh, man, and he left me with him. Well, you know I'm not going to leave Ken in the lurch because I like him. So I sat there.
I like Ken, too.
I know you do, but you did it.
He's a talker.
He's exhausting.
He'll tell me some things.
We had a lot to catch. I haven't seen the guy in 10 years. So we started at year 1. We started at year 1 and walked our way through.
I just assume not much change.
He looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Is it make me a super D-head?
Oh.
Okay, right.
Oh, do you want an honest answer?
If I... This sounds real bad.
Do you want an honest answer?
This sounds real bad.
Do you want me to... Okay. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. I do want a real answer, though.
Okay.
But if it's someone that I don't know that well, right, and I knew, let's say 10 years ago.
Do you know of them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, let's say
so you're familiar with said person.
Yeah. Let's say, okay, let's just use Super Mario Ken.
Okay. Let's just say this was a real example.
Let's say exactly what happened. Yeah. Right? We're then it's like, oh, hey, what's going on, kid? I haven't seen you. It's been 10 years plus or whatever. Yeah. And then, so... And then he starts telling me about his life and what's been going on in the past 10 years.
I saw you float away. I saw you float away like a North Korean trash balloon.
If I'm not interested that much at all,
you start looking around
about what's been going on in Ken's life, that makes me a D-head. Are people genuinely interested in what's been going on in other people's lives.
Emotional people are.
Okay. Oh, it's
emotional
the emotion.
people
okay,
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-emotional sociopaths normally don't care about the world around them. They only want to watch the world burn.
No, that's not it. No, I was just saying, like, you start telling me what's been going on and what kind of jobs you've been having.
How long can I tell you that?
Back and
do
forth.
I have 5 minutes?
Can
I give you 5 minutes?
What's been happening with your gout or whatever? Not that he said that.
He didn't even tell me about his gout.
No, he didn't. He just had like some medical issue. Nothing serious, just like minor medical issues, and then different job changes.
I got some carbuncles and some corns.
And then maybe what you're watching on TV.
Job.
Like I have zero interest.
My kid just graduated UF.
No, well, that's something. Like that's like, oh, congratulations. That's something.
Did he show you the hot rod he built?
I'm saying a lot of the hot rod. A lot of hobbies.
And he's driving cars for Meekum now. He gets to drive. You get to drive a Ferrari.
Like your hobbies, your job.
Do you remember any of the things that he told you? Like
your feet. I know. I drifted away. I was drifting away the whole time.
Drift away.
I was drifting when I said from the start.
You're a drifter. I'm a drifter, Ken. I don't stay in places very long.
I've drifted in. Anyway.
No, I would say I know you're not
I'll
a D-head.
listen to it.
See, I know you're not a D-head. But when you tell people these things, they do think you're a D-head. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Except because it's how other D-heads think.
Yeah.
But I'm not like them.
I think I get it, too, just for making jokes all the time. I think I do.
Yeah.
Like, I think I drove Samantha crazy. I think I drive people crazy.
You know what it's like? You know the people that will act effeminate and act stereotypically homosexual. No. Like the
Dirty Jim.
Like the guy
Jim Colbert.
Chrysley. Or Chrysley? And even though they think they found out he was gay the whole time, he's in jail. He's in jail.
He's gay now.
But there are people that have the mannerisms of a gay man, but they're straight. And then I found out from Brendan O'Connor, we talked to him about this, they just have a gay personality. It's not really
like Jim Colbert.
proper to say that. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like they have the stereotypical gay personality, but they're straight. Right. And a lot of people don't even believe it. They're like, "Oh, he's not straight," and you're like, "Yes, that's just his personality. He is straight." Like, and then you like if you hooked them up to a lie detector, or there's some way,
"Are you straight or gay?" And they're like, "I'm straight."
And then it's like they prefer women. They do not like men sexually, and but they have this person. That's like me with the D-head thoughts. That I think like a D-head, but I'm not.
But you're gay.
No,
you're a gay D-head.
No.
Is what I'm hearing.
I have the same stereotype thoughts and personality of a D-head, but I'm not one.
But you're not one.
Yeah. So like all the personality traits.
What's funny is you are saying you don't care though about it, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like
I care what people think.
You care what people think, but you don't care what they're saying. Well, like you care that Ken would think you're a D-head, but you don't care about any of the things that he's telling you about himself.
Well, yeah. Because I don't care.
You're a D-head.
What people, no. I just have the personality of a D-head, like Chrysley.
So you're not an authentic D-head.
Like Chrysley, and then I'll soon be in jail too.
For money.
Because I like money like him, and I don't really like to work for it.
Do you remember when he owned the smoothie place? You never watched that show, did you?
No.
There was a hot minute when me and Andrea fell in love with Chrysley Knows Best, and we would watch it every week.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Bye-bye.
All right, man.
Sorry, I realized I was like.
We're gonna run into gas anyway, so good job.
Yeah, I think we went too long.
That's for
Monday 4.
Yeah, we did. We can make it Monday.
Two. We can make it Monday too. Let's do that.
I think that's what we had to do last time anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, dude.
No,
we get on a roll when we're rolling, and it's funny. And
yeah. No, that's better. Who cares what segment it is?
All right. Is that it for today?
Yep, that's it.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks for hanging with us, y'all.
See you, Twitter.